Week 2 of the 2024 NFL season is here, and the Patriots are going to welcome the Seattle Seahawks for their home opener. What's up, everybody? It's Mike Dussault, joined by Tamara Brown Evan Lazar here to break down the Patriots kickoff this weekend against the Seahawks. And guys, let's start though first with a little bit of Patriots. Nice win in Cincinnati for the Pats, getting the season off on the right foot.
Yeah, it was a great game. And for me, you know I like to say this, run the dang ball. Sandra Bullock says that in The Blind Side, my favorite movie. The Patriots were able to do that successfully with Ramondre Stevenson. I love how he put the team on his back and led them to a 1-0 week.
Yeah, 118 yards after contact in that game from Ramondre, 10 forced missed tackles. I think Dax Hill on the Bengals is going to have him in his nightmares for like the next 3 weeks. No, Ramondre was fantastic in that game, and that's exactly what this whole Alex Van Pelt offense, as promised, we're going to run the ball, we're going to be effective running it. Now we can see if they can sequence the passing game.
All right, guys, one more thing from this game, though. We're going to do a take it or leave it. Or it's not going to be take it and leave it. Tamara, take it from one thing from that last game you want to carry over here into the Seahawks game.
Well, initially when we sat down, I was going to say the running game because I love what I saw out of Ramondre, but I'm going to go the toughness. John Jones, especially the stop that he had, and Marcus Jones also had it. Both of the Jones brothers, they were able to get huge stops to turn the ball over back to the offense, so the toughness is what I want to see carry over.
All right, Evan, what are you leaving behind in that game?
Well, I just mentioned the passing game, and I think when you look at the film of what exactly went wrong, 121 yards passing is not going to win most games every week in the NFL. You look at a 48% pressure rate. That was the highest in the NFL in week 1. That's got to improve on the offensive line. Good run blocking, got to get better at the pass protection, and also play action. Only 26 yards off of play action, despite the fact that you run for 170. You would think that you'd be able to sequence those two things together a little bit more effectively. So that's when the AVP offense really takes off. When you're running the ball, your play action off of it, and you're able to hit those explosive down the field. That's what we have to see moving forward.
All right, let's jump into the Seahawks now. And guys, last week they got a little bit of a break. T. Higgins was out. Jamar Chase only had a couple practices, got food poisoning too. So a little bit of a break there for the Patriots this week. No such luck though. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and of course our guy JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. 3 really quality weapons there that Seattle has. Tamara, what do you see from those 3 guys?
When I look at that 3-headed monster, I think the Patriots are going to have to do what the Broncos did, or at least what Patrick Surtain did, holding DK Metcalf to 3 receptions for 29 yards, him shadowing him the whole game, really helped make them one-dimensional. And I think when you look at their new offensive coordinator, Ryan Grubb, he had a really explosive offense out in Washington. He's trying to do the same with the firepower they have here with the Seahawks. But if the Patriots, specifically John Jones and Christian Gonzalez, can stop that and make them strictly run the ball, I think the Patriots can have a chance.
Yeah, what do you think, Evan? How do you see them matching up?
Well, with Ryan Grubb, I thought what was fascinating was how much motion and pre-snap shifting he did in this game. They shifted 10 times, which was a league high, and they were shifting multiple guys at once, and you see how it can set up blocking angles and things like that for Kenneth Walker in the running game. So when I watch the film, you're expecting these 3 great receivers. Geno Smith has been pretty good the last couple years. A lot more passing yards. That's not what happened. You turn on the tape, it's a lot of rushing. It's Charbonnet, it's Walker, it's that exotic run scheme that they had, and that's what the college guys bring to the NFL. When they come from the college game, they bring a lot of motion, a lot of misdirection, and that's exactly what Grubb did in week 1. Not exactly what he did at Washington. Like, I was expecting to see the Washington spread it out, shotgun, throw the ball down the field, and they ran the ball quite a bit.
Let's flip it now to the Patriots passing offense. I mean, just 120 passing yards. I mean, efficient though. They got, a couple plays they had to have the tight ends down there at the end. Jacoby Brissett was able to deliver it, but you've got Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon, 2 really good cornerbacks, as well as really strong safety group. Tamara, what do you think of this group and how the Patriots match up?
The Patriots are going to have to make mistake-free football again, I think, to be able to win this one. I think when you're already struggling with a bad offensive line, we saw Jacoby Brissett make some very scary throws. He only had 1, I think, in the last game that Hunter Henry was able to break up from Mike Gesicki. I think he cannot have any of those against the secondary from the Seahawks. So I don't know if that's going to make them scared to throw the ball, but if they do, the passing game is going to have to be really, really good.
Yeah, how do they unlock the passing game this week, Evan?
The Patriots are going to have to scheme guys open. I thought in this game against Cincinnati, they had some opportunities, but maybe Jacoby Brissett just didn't love it down the field and passed up on those plays. But for the most part, we're talking about 3, maybe 4 plays where I could nitpick and say the quarterback probably could have pushed the ball down the field here. So sequencing play action, getting that blocked is probably the biggest deal for the Patriots, and making sure that they give Brissett the time to look down the field. But in general, that's how this whole thing is going to have to go, because you don't have those elite winners on the outside.
All right, guys, one last question, our one key Patriot, and I'm going to go with Christian Gonzalez. No, did pretty well last week against Jamar Chase, but this week there's a lot of problems, and I'm not sure how they're going to choose to where they're going to put him on. Whether it's Metcalf, whether they move him inside, maybe a little bit with Lockett, but he's my key player. I think he needs to take one of those guys away. Who do you got, Tamara?
I've got Joey Sly. He had a great game last one, and honestly, if you take away his 3 field goals, they wouldn't be able to win this one. So I think with this one, both teams are going to be leaning on the ground game to win the game. It might come down to Joey Sly's field goal winning it.
I'll just shout out a Seahawks player, just turning on the tape from last week. Bowie Mafi, their edge rusher, 9 quarterback pressures, a sack, 7 hurries, a tackle for loss against the run. I mean, he was just an absolute monster out there. He likes to rush over the left tackle. Vidarian Lowe is going to have his word cut out for him. That was the real issue last week for the Patriots, where there's 2 left tackles, Chukwuekorfor for Vidarian Lowe giving up a lot of pressure. So Mafi's one guy that you turn on that film and you're like, oh God, like this is the guy they have this week. So every week you're going to face somebody like that. It was Hendrickson last week. It's Mafi this week. So I was really impressed with him.
All right, that's going to do it for us in our preview of the Seahawks game. We'll be back next week on a short week to preview a Thursday night matchup against the Jets. Be sure to tune into the Patriots pregame show starting at 10:45 on Sunday morning. We'll take you right up to kickoff, and then, of course, we'll be back for the postgame show as well. Hope you guys enjoy the game.